Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. We are spotlighting two very talented music artists on The Voice, NBC, season 27. Wow, I can't believe it's season 27. Where does the time go? But hey, we get the great thing is The Voice comes back a couple times a year, bringing artists and music into our lives. My favorite, very favorite thing. So we just came back here. We just came in with Britton Moore, and he's singing. He got a four-chair turn on this one. Coldplay's Yellow and the Voice Blind Auditions. Welcome back, Grace Miller Moody and Britton Moore.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us, Jeremiah. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So, Kelsea Ballerini, Michael Bublé, John Legend, Adam Levine on season 27. They're searching for the best singers on NBC's The Voice with a competition that's hotter than ever. I mean, look at the two guests we have on today. It's two superstars, these legendary coaches. They're looking to find and mentor America's best undiscovered singers. But you know what that means, guys? Now you're discovered. You just got out of the undiscovered. Now you're discovered. That might be kind of a cool feeling.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Definitely.
I have been discovered. So, perfect example again. My special guest today, Grace Miller Moody and Britton Moore. Four-chair turns. Both of them had that. Welcome back and congratulations again. And Britton, my pun is intended. You're up for bat.
Heck yeah, I am.
Heck yeah. All right, let me explain my pun for the audience. So once upon a time, I hope these are your stats, and if they're not, I just take them. And I did my research online. Britton Moore was a hotshot baseball player. He boasted a 375 batting average with 4 home runs, 12 stolen bases, 33 RBIs, and a 5.1 pitching record with a 2.31 earned runs average playing for his coach, Rodney Chapman. I have everything right so far?
Coach Chapman, yeah.
Yeah, I threw his name in there because I'm sure you would want to give him a little shout out. Britton's a 4-year letterman. He's a UIL 28 6A district MVP, a San Antonio Area Baseball Coaches Association All-Star, and a first-team academic all-district selection in baseball and football. And believe it or not, I edited that. There was a lot more. After an athletic career filled with championship victories and junior college play, Britton followed his musical calling instead of pursuing sports scholarships. And my first question, why?
That's a fantastic question, and I just want to thank you for that introduction. I've never had anybody read them all out like that. That kind of took me back for a second.
Pretty cool.
Man, why? I went to college to play baseball for a year after high school. I went to a community college in Waco. They call it JUCO, and played at McLennan for a year and absolutely loved it. But I kind of had some time to think about what I kind of wanted to do and what I wanted my life to look like. And from a very young age, I wanted to be an MLB player. I wanted to play professional sports, football, baseball, whatever it was. Didn't care. Just wanted to play sports. And that's what I did for a long time. But after that first year of college, I realized that, I'm not going to be playing baseball forever. So I kind of decided to move back home, and I moved back home and re-auditioned for The Voice. Yeah. And then started recording music.
Well, very cool. So as that transition from baseball to music, baseball, you're relying on your team, right? Your teammates.
Right.
Right now, you're relying on your own instincts as a solo music artist. Has there been any challenges for you making that switch? Or has it been fairly smooth?
Definitely some challenges, but I dealt with that for the year after I stopped playing baseball, I had sports in my life my whole life. I was always playing a sport. I always had something to do. I always had something to prepare for and get ready for. And then I didn't have that. And so having the voice and now finding my music career and really just, you know, lighting a fire underneath me to do something great and to bring joy to somebody's life. I always say, like, baseball is also a form of entertainment. I was bringing joy to somebody's life by playing a sport, and now I'm just switching that passion and putting it in music, and hopefully can make a difference there.
Well, I love that. I love your passion and I love your intent with your music career and what you want to do with that. Have you had a life experience, be it good or bad, that impacted you more than anything else in your young life so far? Has there been anything major that a life experience that has been hard to overcome or has challenged you personally?
Yeah, I mean, I some people it's hard to understand, but when you play a sport for your entire life and all you ever wanted to do was play sports, which is really what I wanted to do. That was my whole life. Um, I and then losing that. Granted, it was my decision, but when I moved back home and I didn't have sports, I didn't have any friends. All my friends were out playing baseball. I was here. I honestly was kind of lost. I knew I loved music, and I was still leading worship at our church, but I I didn't I didn't know what I was gonna do. I'm so sorry. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I was gonna say this is what
I'm
happens when you make it on The Voice. Um, n- you're very, very popular.
in a group chat, uh, and I don't know
I didn't
how
know whose that was. I know it's not mine because I figured out finally how to mute mine during interviews. But
how can
hey,
I.
are you using your phone right now for the interview and they're texting you on the phone? I just
No,
put on
it's
do not disturb and then
it's on my computer, and I'm
yeah,
so.
do you have a Mac?
Yes.
This is fascinating. Fascinating radio right now. Go up
I'm
to that
so.
little, go up to that little up in the upper right hand corner. There's like two things stacked on each other, and there you can hit do
Yep.
not disturb,
Yep.
and then it should go off. It should quit. They should quit bothering you for a minute.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, I can imagine you feeling a little bit lost and like because the music career and your path is individual for each of you, right? You each have your own experience. Everybody in music has their own path, and some get there very quickly, some it takes a lot longer, but it's unique to you and your experience. So it's not like there's a rule book, right? You're like
Right.
baseball, you know what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Music, I could imagine it being a lonely experience, especially if you'd left, what you knew, what was so solid in your life. What did you learn about yourself from that experience, Britton?
um. Well, honestly, I grew in my relationship with the Lord, and that was a huge part of that break that I had where I didn't know what I was going to do. But I found purpose in helping people and bringing joy to people through my voice and through singing. And I know that I had a gift. Music has always been a part of my life, and I knew that I loved music and would eventually probably do music. I just didn't know what would happen this soon.
Yeah.
And so, like, hopping on that train, I mean, yeah, that's.
Grace, you mentioned your faith as well. You both have, it sounds like you both are spiritual, and how much does your faith for both of you come into play right now, especially right now when you're under this pressure and you want it so bad?
Yeah,
I
it's
yeah,
yeah.
go ahead, Britton. Yeah, you go
Okay.
ahead.
I mean, for me, I think my faith, like, brings strength and guidance. Like, I mean, before I go up on stage, like I'm praying for strength and guidance and just the ability to perform to the best of my ability. And I think that is that's why I'm here, you know?
Yeah, I think I totally agree with that too. I think what's so hard about the music industry as well as the unknown, and like that's just with life too. So it's always kind of, I feel like it's a roller coaster ride. It's very up and down, and one week you're gonna have a bunch of gigs, the next week you're off for the entire week, and it's just like, to keep that drive and keep that passion, it's definitely difficult to know that this is like something that's meant for you and to keep going. But I feel like with God behind you, and I feel like people always say in the rearview mirror, he's like, that's like how they say. And just like knowing that he's behind you and he's always pushing you. And I feel like, again, like guidance is something that Britton mentioned, and I feel like looking back to God and praying that he this is his plan, and if it's not, it'll always work out. And I
Yeah.
just think it's so nice to know that there's someone there that always loves you and is always going to support you. And God is just that big factor in my life that keeps me confident in who I am, no matter if music is something that's not meant for me or if it is. I just think it's really nice to know that he loves you, and no matter what happens, he's always going to be there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do
Well
you
said.
both feel closer to God when you're playing music? Because it seems music is so spiritual, right? There's a connection that happens,
Mhm.
I think, to another world that I can't understand. When music really
Yep.
gets you, you're tapped into something that
For
is
sure.
very
I feel like Britton can really speak on that because he sings in church all the time. So, yeah.
Yeah. I have the privilege to lead worship every weekend at our church in San Antonio, North Rock. And I think that like that's where my music experience comes from. Like when people are talking about like the passion behind what you're singing on The Voice, I'm like, well, I'm doing it every weekend. I'm leading in worship every weekend. So I felt like the correlation to being on The Voice stage and having that same passion and that same um, like reason for doing what I'm doing, like
yeah,
that plays a big role.
yeah. What'd you wake up excited about today, Grace?
I woke up excited that today is a new day and I'm living and I get to, spend time. And I feel like, I don't know, sometimes, you wake up and you kind of like take life for granted a little bit. And I think it's really it's really hard to stay on that path and be like, you know what, today's gonna be a good day. And I was actually telling my friend that the other day. She had a bad day yesterday, and I was like, tomorrow's gonna be a new day. You can start all over. And I don't know. I just think it's so fun to see what the day holds.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that answer. How about you, Brendan? Did you wake up excited about anything? And are you generally positive when you wake up, or do you have to, like Grace just mentioned, sometimes you have to like train yourself.
Yes,
You go
yeah,
negative,
mentally.
like forget the negative. Let's try to rewire my brain.
Yeah. Not to get spiritual, but his mercies are new every morning. And yeah, I wake up excited pretty much every day. It is a Friday, so I'm super excited about that. But I feel like I just get excited for the future. Like just being 21 years old and being so blessed to be given this opportunity to be on the show and to do what I love and know what gift I have and to be able to share it. I get excited about sharing my gift.
Yeah.
And if I can help somebody out today, uh, that's all I need.
Well, in your career as a professional musician, and this is looking forward a little bit, are there themes that you are interested in exploring lyrically and musically as a musician, as a professional artist?
Ooh, themes like what I'm
Like,
writing about.
Yeah,
what I'm
like
singing about.
what you're talking about right now, or Grace. I know you want to reach children with the music and help them. Are there like things that you want to explore as a musician? Like I imagine Johnny Cash. He looks back at his career. Did he want to explore all those themes that he wrote
Mm.
about and lived? Or I mean, do you have that perspective, or is it too soon right now? Are you just kind of along for the ride, or do you like, I want to, when I get to the end of my career, I want to have, built this sort of
Mhm.
relationship. I want people to know this about me as an artist, or is it too soon?
I think my favorite kind of music is storytelling.
Hmm.
I really just love putting people and putting images in people's minds, and they can really see what's going on with the imagery within the song.
What's the story? What's Britton Moore's story?
Oh gosh, I guess we're gonna find out, right? No, there's so many different things, but also like the relatability to that story is huge. And so just relating to people through different stories and things that you are living, um, I think is really like my goal.
Yeah,
To
good
relate to
goal. Good goal. Well, your road to the voice is a little bit different than Grace's road. You applied twice and you got on the third time, isn't that right?
well, I got on all 3 times.
Oh, you did.
Well, I say I
Brag.
got on. I got in,
You got
but I
in.
didn't I chose not to go because of sports. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah,
Well,
when I was young, I was 16, I applied, I got in, and I was like, "Oh, I have baseball, football, whatever." I did it again my senior year. I got in. They had actually bought my plane ticket, and I was like, "Oh, I can't go. I'm going off to college to play baseball." And then once I stopped college, I applied again, and they were like, "Yes, like please." And then I was like, "Well, I'm not doing sports anymore, so I guess I got to do it."
I guess if you really want it, I'll come out. uh, all right. Are there any, just a real quick answer here? Because I know we got to go. Are there any hacks or any tricks, tips that you guys would give someone out there listening that might improve their chances aside from having a good voice and being able to sing talent? Is there anything that you learned that you're like, you should definitely do this? It would work for me.
I think Britton kind of touched on like authenticity. I think like being authentic and your like most true self. I feel like that's something that you don't want to get into. Like you don't want to get in because you're putting on like a performance for
Right.
someone. Like, you want to get in because of your personality, who you are, and I just think it's cool to like know that we both got on like being ourselves and
Yeah,
obviously our voice too, but like again our stories and just they saw some importance in that. So
yeah.
Grace, what do you want to know about Britain that you've never asked him?
um I feel like I've never asked him like I don't know. I was thinking more of like um what what are you most excited about during the knockout rounds now that we're getting there?
What am I most excited about for the knockout rounds?
Good question,
Well,
Grace. You
I
should
don't
take him
know
on the
what
show.
I don't know what I can say and what I can't say.
Don't say anything that is future for sure. We
Yeah.
want to keep everybody watching and on the edge of their seat.
I'm honestly, you know what I'm excited? I'm excited to see what Adam is going to say. Like what else he has to coach me on. I think that's kind of my deal. Like
Right. Right.
because we only got a few, however long it was with him in the battles. But now we get to sing our own individual song. And so instead of it being like a double coaching, like he can focus on you. And
Yeah.
so I'm just curious to see what he has to say about that and then
Right.
how I'm performing. Um, I also just want to, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Brennan, what do you want to know about Grace? Do you guys remember the first time you met each other?
uh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were sitting in a hotel room and we were all playing music, and yeah,
Yes.
I remember it vividly. Actually, yeah, we were all playing
I
music,
know.
and they were like, "Oh, Grace Miller's coming." I was like, "Who's Grace Miller?" And then she walks in, and then she starts singing, and it's like, "Holy crap!" Well, here's another one.
What do you want to know about her before we go? I promised I would get you off right around now, Britton. So
Grace Miller.
you got a question for her before we wrap
Yeah.
up?
I think something that I am like trying to get into is like gigging and performing, because I don't do that very much. I lead worship, but I don't like gig. What is like,
Right.
what's the best thing that you've felt like? What's the benefits of gigging? And like, have you found that to be like a positive, like a good thing?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like one specific thing that I'm like specifically thinking of, like when you say that, there was a big show that I got asked to do last minute and open up for someone, and I was just so excited because I've like, like being at a big venue and like in front of people, obviously so nervous, but like it's just something so exciting to get my name out there, awareness,
Mhm.
and as soon as I stepped on stage, I was like, it's just that reminder. It's like, this is what you want to do.
Yeah.
This is like where you want to be, what you want to do, and it's
Yeah.
just that reminder that like it's such a fun feeling and such a confident feeling you get when you gig, and then having people come up to you and being like, oh my gosh, you're so good. It's just that reassurance and just being confident in the artist that you're gonna be. So yeah.
Hey guys, I love getting to know you. I love your answers. I love your music. I can't wait to see where you go and where you take it. Please always know that you've got a home here if you ever want to bring any new music. Speaking of new music, I'm going to play Britton Moore. I'm going to play Harmony in its entirety right now for you. Now, Grace, do you have? I looked all over. I couldn't find. Are you recording? Will you have anything new that we can share soon?
I am. I'm in the studio. I'm recording, so you'll just have to keep an
Okay.
eye out.
I saw that. I'm so excited.
Yeah, please bring it to us. We'd love to premiere it for you or play it for you. All right,
thank
I love
you.
this. You want to set up Harmony, Britton? Do you want to set it up before we play it?
Oh, like what it's about?
Yeah, if you want, or what? Anything specific you'd like to say about it?
Well, Harmony is my very first song that I've ever released. It was a big deal for me, and I honestly like. I just hope people enjoy it. It's super easy to listen to,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
and I think
It
that
is.
yeah, the lyrics came right from me. I don't know how, but they did.
There's
So
that.
I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, there's that it just comes to you that I don't that spirituality, I guess, of music. Okay, Grace Miller Moody was my guest today, singer songwriter. She's on Team Adam, NBC's The Voice, season 27. Both of my guests today are there. Keep up with it. It's Mondays 8/7 Central. You can find Grace on TikTok, gm.moody21 at Grace Miller Moody, and on Instagram at Grace Miller Moody. I think you can spell it. I won't spell it for you. And Britton Moore, singer-songwriter, again on Team Adam. His TikTok is at Britton_Moore. And his Instagram handle is Britton_Moore. That's 2 T's in Britton. Thanks a lot, you guys. And good luck with everything on the show and beyond. I'm excited.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here. All right. Communicate, but listen more and evolve. Everybody have a great day.